Hello, my name is Tyler Nelson, and today I will be talking to you about Greek mythology concerning Greek gods and goddesses, and talking to you about how they affected ancient Greek civilization and the Greeks' lives. The book of Hesiod's Theogony tells us how Greek gods were formed. It stated that the universe was just a gaping void called chaos. Then the goddess Gaia appeared, forming Earth, which is why we all say things like Mother Nature and Mother's Earth. Uranus formed for her, becoming the sky god. Uranus mated with Gaia, having 12 gods and Titan children, deities, including Cronus and Rhea, who married each other. Uranus hated his children, so he hid them on the earth. Gaia asked Cronus to punish his father, so he stabbed him with a sickle, and Uranus' blood dropped all over Earth, producing new species and creating new gods. Cronus bore children himself, and like how he overthrew his father, his own son Zeus overthrew him from the heavens because his brothers and sisters were too scared. And Zeus became the most powerful god in the heavens along with his brothers and sisters. I want to discuss how Greek gods affected Greeks' daily lives. There are many ancient mythical stories that give us clues and ideas as to how gods treated humans in Greece. The most popular myths include the Iliad, Odyssey, and as we know, Greek gods and goddesses had power and control over humans as they walked the earth with the mortals. But gods and goddesses weren't perfect. Some gods had children with mortals, creating demigods. They also fought in wars and had arguments like humans. Greek gods came to earth in other forms as disguises because they were naturally invisible to mortals. They interacted with humans by going to festivals and events. Some mortals were priests and priestesses and were gateways for regular mortals to interact with the Greek gods in the sky realm. Also, ancient Greeks believed in predictions from the future, so they often spoke to oracles who sent messages to gods. I want to talk about how Greeks worship Greek gods. During ancient Greek times, Greeks felt they would be punished by the gods if they weren't being worshipped at all times. Gods usually punished humans by their nature power. For example, Zeus was the god of sky, so when the ancient Greeks believed that he was angry, he would send down lightning to destroy a village. Altars and temples were built to worship gods, and inside of these temples, humans were sacrificed to worship the god of the underworld, which was Hades, or Artemis, while animals and food were being sacrificed. The temples reflected the elements' power of each god, and there were always rituals being performed. Olympics derived from ancient Greece in order to please Zeus every 4 years in Olympia. In the Olympics, javelins were thrown and other athletic races were being held. Whoever won these games was said to have earned the respect of Zeus. Hercules was said to have been the founder of the Olympic Games. Ancient Greece civilization dated all the way back till about 1100 BC. Greece went through many periods like the Dark Ages, Classical Ages, Hellenistic Ages, and the Archaic Ages. Ancient Greece had governments, and each city was protected by a god or a goddess. Greece often fought in many wars and prayed to the gods for help in inquisition. God of war Ares aided the Greeks' battle. Greek gods influenced Greeks in many ways because each god represented an aspect of their lives. Greek mythology was a mixture of poetry, art, religion, and music. The Greek gods played a major part in creating the culture for the ancient Greeks to live by. Epic poetry was written in favor of the 12 gods. Lavish and creative artworks such as vases to honor gods were created and later became artifacts for us to find and discover them. Greeks generally loved and worshipped these gods, and so they put their all into their poetry, festivals, religion ceremonies such as marriage and funerals, and their architecture. All of these aspects were done in a way pleasing for the gods. The Greek gods and the Greeks' civilization perished around 146 BC due to the Roman Empire taking over. Emperor Constantine later took command, establishing a Christianity religion.